Peeps. Your CC trainer here, aka Preston, joined once again by Munch, the Munchinator, the Munchlax, the Munchin on a box of cereal, maybe Cocoa Puffs, my best friend, Corey. Say hello to people, Corey.
I actually don't enjoy Cocoa Puffs that much.
Okay, we'll do Fruity Pebbles next time.
Fruity Pebbles are fine. Yeah.
Anyway, thank you guys for joining us once again on this channel. Don't forget to tell your friends about it. And we are doing another top 5 favorite Pokemon of each type video. And in this time, we're doing the electric type. Let's get on to the video. So, starting out with my number 5, which, saying it right now, I seriously just realized that me and my friends share some Mons, and I did not know that.
Yeah.
So
our number 5 is the same exact Pokemon.
So our number 5 is Raichu. And I love this adorable little mouse Pokemon.
Yeah, so do I.
I love him way more than Pikachu, which is probably going to irk a lot of you Gen 1ers, but you're just going to have to deal with it. Because I prefer Raichu over Pikachu for a couple
for sure.
For a couple of reasons. Some of those reasons are he just looks way better. I like the color scheme. I like him for another reason because Pikachu gets way too much attention, and I don't like that.
In my honest opinion, Pikachu is overrated. Don't at me.
And it's reason for that because I prefer Raichu.
Don't get me wrong, I do like Pikachu to a certain extent, but I think his evolution, Raichu, is way, way better.
Yeah, and I love in the OG Pokemon anime how whenever Ash went up against Lieutenant Surge, and Lieutenant Surge had a Raichu, I love how freaking monstrous and how strong they made Raichu out to be. I didn't like because I think Ash had to rebattle Lieutenant Surge twice.
He did.
And I didn't kind of like how the second time Ash and Pikachu versus Lieutenant Surge, how they made his Raichu out to be, at the end of the battle, like some kind of a goofball and a goofy kind of Pokemon. Because Pikachu was using like Quick Attack to confuse Raichu. And it was around that time when it was like he was originally real strong and menacing, and now he's just like a clown Pokemon.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are doing theories online as to what it would be like if Ash's Pikachu finally evolved into a Raichu. And I'm wondering one day, because I don't think the Pokemon anime is going to go on forever, which is kind of sad. But I wonder if there's ever going to be a point to where Ash's Pikachu does finally evolve into a Raichu. I wonder what that would be like. But we all know it ain't ever going to happen because Pikachu is the mascot for Pokemon.
Yes.
But you can't blame me because a guy can dream. So
my reasoning for having Raichu as number 5 is basically what Preston just said. It's way better than Pikachu. I also have a shiny female Raichu in my Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
And he named it Wendy.
No, I didn't. I didn't nickname it at all. But I'm going to try to get a male Raichu as well in that game. Shiny, obviously.
Yeah.
But that's going to be very difficult because Pikachu in that game can be female and male, and it's usually I only see female, which makes it harder to find a shiny Raichu.
Yeah, Raichu's just the best. I like Raichu, and I like the fact that there's a Alolan Raichu where he's like surfing on his tail and everything, and he gets the psychic typing also.
I actually don't like Alolan Raichu that much.
Oh, how dare you!
That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, I know, but I like Raichu and I like Alolan Raichu, but right now we're talking about the electric.
I do have an Alolan Raichu.
Yeah.
I just don't enjoy him that much.
Right. Now, moving on to number 4. Once again, like I said, I found out that we share some ones. And here's the next one, because our number 4 is Luxray.
Luxray is an amazing Pokemon, and I wish I had a Mega.
Yeah. Luxray is really good. I like the black and blue color scheme. I thought it was kind of cool. I like Luxray so much that a couple of years ago, I actually went out of my way and I actually hand drawn a Luxray for a picture for that I later gave to some friends of mine. I just like it so much. I like how he looks like he can also be a like a dark type also, just because of how menacing he looks. And
maybe his Mega would be Dark Electric.
Yeah, maybe. I also like how in the XY anime, Clement, which is the gym leader of the Lumio City Gym, he's also a traveling companion of Ash's in the anime, along with his baby sister Bonnie. Nearing the middle to the end of the X and Y anime, Clement actually ran into Manectric's pre-evolved form, and it turns out that of the backstory was they actually met each other a long time ago, and in the episode they actually met up and became friends again, and Clement actually caught it, and it actually became one of Clement's go-to Pokemon for whenever Ash challenged Clement to get the electric type badge from Clement, which the name of the badge is escaping me. But yeah, the battle Ash had with Clement, with Clement using his Luxray, was freaking.
You said he had Manectric.
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
Oops, I meant Luxray. Sorry.
Yeah, Luxray.
Sorry. But yeah, the battle with Clement using Luxray was just awesome because the X and Y anime made everything look better. It made Ash look better, and their attention to detail was awesome because it's just a little attention to details that really makes me like it even more, because you could actually see females walking around with their fingernails painted.
Yeah.
And I thought that was just awesome because I love those attention to details. You can see like people's toenails whenever they didn't have socks and shoes on and everything.
And then Pokemon Sun and Moon happened.
Yeah, they went from the anime where it was the best animation they ever had
to that.
And then Sun and Moon happened.
And then Sun and Moon happened.
But don't get me wrong, I still love the Sun and Moon anime.
Yeah.
It was just weird how, because Black and White was a soft reboot, and then we had the X and Y anime, and now we're at the Sun and Moon animation.
But anyway, back to Luxray. Luxray is awesome. His eyes are awesome. He's a powerful Pokemon. He can learn great moves. He's just awesome. His shiny form, on the other hand, which I think I have, is amazing. Because where the blue is, it's yellow.
Yeah. And there you go, rushing me around again. Jeez, if we get another 20, 30-minute video, that ain't that big a deal.
It's not an anime talk. Come on now.
Yeah. All right, and moving on to number 3. My number 3 is Manectric, which I mentioned him by accident a couple seconds ago, and I'm so sorry. But yeah, I like Manectric. I like how its fur is blue, and as I've said before, blue is my favorite color.
But you don't like his Mega very much.
Oh, well, no, not really, which that kind of upset me because whenever Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire happened and more Pokemon got Mega Evolutions, whenever my boy Manectric ended up getting his Mega Evolution, I was so upset because it was like they just made parts of his body grow even bigger, and that was his Mega.
I think they just got lazy on it, honestly.
Yeah, like
it just looks like a lightning bolt.
Like seriously. Well, I mean that's okay, I guess, because
it's okay.
He's an electric type.
but you could have done way better Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, I like using Manectric in my video game play. He's a really good Pokemon. And I think Manectric was a Ruby and Sapphire Pokemon, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
yeah.
And sometimes I think it was Officer Jenny. Some of them had a Manectric, which I thought was pretty cool too, because it was like they went from Arcanine being Officer Jenny's Pokemon, and then it ended up being a Manectric.
Yeah.
Which I thought was kind of cool. So.
My number 3 Pokemon for the electric type is Electivire. The reason being is he's just a bigger version of Electabuzz.
Yeah.
When I first seen him, I was surprised that Electabuzz got an evolution. Same with Magmar, because he got Magmortar. I think these came out in Sinnoh? Around when Sinnoh came?
Yeah.
Okay. I have a competitive one of these, I believe. I don't know why I keep saying I have competitive Pokemon, because I don't do competitive battling anymore. But
and yet you have competitive Pokemon.
Well, just in case, never really know when someone's gonna want to battle you.
Yeah.
But Electivire looks awesome. I like his little tentacles in the back of him. In the game, he's pretty beefy, and he's a big Pokemon.
The only thing wrong with Electivire, because this came out during Diamond and Pearl. The only thing I don't like about Electivire is that jerk Paul ended up having one.
Yeah. And an Alakid first.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily hate Alakid, but I don't necessarily like him either.
Yeah.
But his evolutions are amazing.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. You had Magmortar, and now you got Electivire. I thought that was
actually
funny.
I have both of them, and I absolutely love both. So, nothing really else to say about Electivire, honestly.
Yeah, Electivire.
He's just awesome.
Electivire is a pretty good Pokemon, and it's kind of interesting because, like I said, Paul has one, and it kind of matches Paul's personality in a way.
Yeah.
So moving on to number two. So my number 2. Okay, so the thing about my number 2 and my number 1 when it came to the electric typing is because for the longest time my number 2 was actually my number 1, but then the Pokemon who's in my number 1 spot finally showed up, and because of that I had to move my number 1 down to my number 2, and my number 2 is Zebstrika.
And move him down a peg.
Yeah. And I've mentioned so many times how my 2 favorite animals are a fox and a zebra. And back a couple of years ago, whenever the Gen 5 games were being released, and I found out that they were going to have a zebra Pokemon, Blitzel, into Zebstrika, I just thought that was so cool because I didn't think we were ever going to get a zebra Pokemon. And then we got one, and then they slapped the electric typing on it. It was just so cool.
The only sad thing about it is it came out in black and white.
Yeah, it came out in that crappy Gen 5.
Yeah.
And his shiny form is really awesome too. I think it's either the black or the white ends up being a light blue kind of color.
I think it's the white ends up being light blue.
Yeah, which is really cool also. I've used a Blitzel into a Zebstrika whenever I replay through Black and then Black Part 2. It was sometime around the end of last year, I think. And I actually put one on my team. It's just so bad that Zebstrika's not really good at competitive play.
No.
Because I think he's another Pokemon that's in the PU tier, which is kind of sad.
And Smogon.
Yeah. I do, however, think it's kind of cool how the electric type gym leader in the Gen 5 actually had one as her go-to Pokemon. I thought that was kind of cool. But me and Corey here has such a hard time going up against the Zebstrika whenever we were playing through our Gen 5 games.
I just have to level up Pokemon more.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, it's a zebra, it's an electric type, and that's just awesome. So
my number 2 actually used to be my number 1 as well. But then I started thinking more about it. But it had to get knocked down a peg, and that's Zapdos. I still love Zapdos. Don't get me wrong, but my number 1 electric type is by far my favorite. But when it comes to Zapdos, he's my favorite out of the legendary birds. I don't care for Moltres. I don't care for Articuno that much. I like them, but Zapdos is the best by far, and he's the best by far competitively as well. I have a competitive one, I believe, and I like the way he looks. Looks like lightning bolts all over him. His shiny form isn't the greatest. It's just a darker yellow, orange type color. And yeah, he's just great in general.
yeah. So wrapping up the video and going on to our number 1. My number 1, as I said before, it was going to be Zebstrika, but then this Pokemon came along, and that Pokemon is Zeraora. And I could go on and on forever about this guy, but for time's sake, I'm going to kind of shorten it. I just like his color scheme and how it looks like a shiny Lucario, and I just love everything about it. And the latest Pokemon movie, oh crap, I think it was called The Power of Us or something like that. I like how he got some spotlight in that movie. And I have 2 in my game, so that's cool too.
Yeah, I still don't like how he had 2. I couldn't get one because he only came out in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
Yeah.
And I didn't have it.
Yeah, and I like his move Plasma Fist, and I love how currently, right now, he is the fastest Pokemon that there is.
As of right now, yeah.
Yeah.
Until Gen 8 comes out.
So that's pretty cool. And I now have a Pokemon to smash my friend's Gyarados in the face with. So that's pretty cool. But anyway.
I like Zeraora, but when I first seen him, I just thought he was an electric type Lucario, which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. But I do want one of my own, to be completely honest. But what I want to know is he Gen 7 or is he going to be Gen 8?
In the Pokedex.
Is he considered Gen 7?
Yeah, online he's a Gen 7 Pokemon.
Okay.
Because he's in the Gen 7, like, Pokedex and whatever.
Gotcha. On to my number 1. It is my favorite evolution of all time, Jolteon. There's not really much to say about Jolteon. He's my favorite evolution. He looks amazing. He's good competitive-wise. And I always get him when I'm able to get him. Like I did in Let's Go Eevee. I immediately caught an Eevee during the playthrough. Immediately got a Thunderstone, evolved it into Jolteon. But yeah. I love Jolteon.
Yep. All right, so there we go. There's our top 5 favorite electric type Pokemon. Let us know your guys' favorite electric type Pokemon in the comments section down below. And if there's nothing else to say, please leave a like on the video, tickle that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell to be notified about our future videos. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, don't forget to tell your friends about the channel to help it grow. So, he's been Corey, I've been Preston, and we are signing out, and we will see you later.
Stay nerdy, my friends.
Peace.